So, welcome to the video. So, I'm going to do a restart on this and actually make a pretty good series. So, my character is going to be a Todoroki. He's not from the future, don't worry, he's from the past. He's from the normal timeline. He's gonna have a half hot, half cold. He's gonna have the half hot, half cold quirk, just like Todoroki. But here's the catch. Rei is going to hide him from Endeavor until finally he gets into UA, because she doesn't want him to be hit, destroyed, like abused, kind of like Toya was. Fumiya, well, actually Fumiya, he didn't want her, and Natsuo. He does not want them. She does not want them. So when they're both born, Endeavor is not allowed to see. What she does is she hides him instantly. About 5 years later, he's trying to hide from Endeavor. Whenever he comes into the spare room, Christian doesn't share a room with Shoto or anyone. He hides by himself. But one day, when he was 5, he's walking around, talking to Fumiya, but then Endeavor sees this and says, "Shoto, get back to training." He says, "Wait a minute. You're in the training room. How did you get here?" Christian covers his hands in his mouth, going, "Shoot." Then he runs away. Endeavor says, "Hey, get back here." Then he goes and catches him, saying, "Shoto." Then he turns around, saying, "Wait, you're not Shoto. Shoto has a burn mark on his eye." He goes and turns his head away, not looking at him. Then he puts his head back, saying, Endeavor thinks that he's being a lot too hard. I'm gonna say that Rei is already in the hospital, because he said Endeavor's thinking of becoming a little bit of a better father. He wants to become a better father so he doesn't turn out too bad. I want to say that Endeavor wants to change much earlier. He says. Then he runs away, and then he says, "What's your name, kid?" He goes, "Christian Todoroki?" He goes, "Rei never told me about you." He says, "Mama? She said not to show you to me. She said not to show me to you because you were gonna attack me and force me to train when I did not want to." He goes, "Dang it. She hid it from me. That's another secret she hid." He says, "Alright, I'm not gonna hurt you. We could just train a tiny bit. That's all." He says, "Can I at least see what you can do?" He goes, "Hell yeah!" He goes, "Alright, well, you already have enthusiasm, so sure." When it starts, he shoots a giant spike of ice at him. He goes, "Whoa, I thought you weren't trained." He says, "I do train. In the shadows." He goes, "Peekaboo," and appears behind him. He says, "How the hell did you even get behind me?" He says, "Sneaky." He goes, "Sneaky." He goes, "How the hell are you doing this? You're a child." He goes, "I have my ways." He says, "Your fire quirk?" He goes, "Ah! Kamehame! Ah!" And just blasts the fire beam. He says, "Holy shit! This kid's insane!" Lee powerful. Then he gets the phone. Then he calls up Rei. He says, "Mom?" He goes, "Hi, sweetie, how you doing?" He says, Dad found me." He goes, "Oh no, what's he done to you?" He says, "Nothing so far. All I did was shock him with my quirk." He goes, "Hold on, your quirk manifested?" He goes, "Yeah, it did." She says, "Young man, language." He goes, "Sorry." He goes, "For a second he thought I was Shoto because of my hair." He says, "I don't want to look like Shoto." He goes, "I don't want to look like anybody here. I want to look my own way." So the next day he goes and spikes up his hair to make it so like one side is white, the other half is red. He goes, "Sure." He says, "What happened to you?" He says, "I didn't like the hair that looked identical to Shoto. I don't want to be identical to him. I want to be my own person." Fumiya is so basically back to the video. After training a while, the next 10 years, he's not as depressed as Shoto. He's kind of enthusiastic, but he does have his cold moments. He is pretty, but he refuses to use his fire because he said that his mom left, and there was kind of the reason why his mom left, so he doesn't really want to use it. Well, actually, no, he does use it. Todoroki kind of gets mad when he uses it. He goes, woo doo 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 doo. He still can't use them at the same time. You know, screw this story. This story's too hard. I can't think of ideas, because, like, he's identical to Todoroki, and the powers don't fit my side of it. So let's just do this again. He's gonna have a black fire quirk, because I love black fire, because it's awesome. Remember, it's got that Amaterasu color. Alright, look, he's an insanely strong fire user who's got an insanely strong quirk. It's much stronger than blue fire. He goes, when he hits 5 and manifests his quirk, it's really strong. And so Endeavor's gonna train him. He says, please. Ray begs him not to do it. But Endeavor slaps her away, saying, I don't care. I did this marriage for quirks. Then Christian Kinstaki says, wow, well, that's a kid move. He goes, where did you learn that language? He says, Toya. He says, Toya's gone, though. He says, but he was here before. Well, he taught me that. But you are a kid, my friend. Now let go of me before I blast you and then I hit you with indistinguishable flames. Get the hell out of my way. What do I look like? Someone who cry when they're on top of a slide? Get your dirty hands off of me, motherfucker, before I slap the shit out of you. Endeavor peeks out saying, huh? He goes, and slaps him. He goes, ah, little brat. He goes for a punch. He goes, wanna die, motherfucker? He goes, Jesus. Toya's let's say Toya's still here because he doesn't run away until Shoto 7. And Christian and Shoto are the same age. He goes, jeez, this kid's insane. He goes, Toya, get over here. Then he grabs Toya by the shirt saying, why would you teach him that language? He says, to use against you, old man. Then Christian sees him beating up Toya. He goes, bitch, I told you not to lay a hand on him. Now you're gonna get 8 trigram 64 palm to the face. He goes, then he just blasts him with a fire blast. He goes, make it stop. He keeps on yelling, screaming in pain. He goes, ah. He goes, I won't hesitate. Endeavor's really screaming in pain now. Christian goes, hey, 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 hey. He goes, bring my fight fist on my side. Oh, no. He goes, ah, bring my fuss for her side. Okay, look, I'm trying to think of a good story that makes sense. Like, the Fire and Ice one was kind of cool. Oh, I got a story. Let me